Welcome to Have I Got News For You? I'm Steph McGovern. In the news this week, after receiving his mail-order practical jokes kit, one young scamp is delighted with the result of his new electric hand buzzer. After Boris Johnson fails to sign his Brexit extension request letter, Jeremy Corbyn shows him how it's done. And following a few drinks, the lads from the Brexit Ministry finally work out what to do with Stephen Barclay.
3, 2, 1...
On Ian's team tonight, a writer and columnist whose family has strong connections with the Duke of Newcastle. So do I. It's one of my favourite pubs. Please welcome Camilla Long. And with Paul tonight is an actor and comedian who studied divinity at university. Christ knows why was the title of his dissertation. Please welcome Miles Jupp. So we start with the biggest stories of the week. Ian, Camilla, take a look at this.
Oh, God, here it is again. November, December...
Cognac for one.
This is Brexit. Amazingly, it's still going on. Because I thought after last Saturday it was finished.
Yeah.
But apparently it's not.
It feels like it's never ending, doesn't it?
It's like a roller coaster, except it doesn't stop.
And it's not fun.
And you're on it forever.
Yeah.
But you are vomiting the whole time.
To be fair to Boris, though, everyone said he couldn't do a deal and they were wrong.
I love that phrase, to be fair to Boris. God.
I know, yeah, well...
What is the point of that?
And the EU said they wouldn't renegotiate the backstop, and they did. But Boris said he wouldn't send a letter to the EU asking for an extension. And then, of course, he sent 3 of them.
Yes.
Why?
Because he's quite babyish. And he was asked to send a letter, and he thought, if I send a letter and I don't sign it...
They won't know who it's from.
Exactly.
One letter asked for an extension, the other letter said, I didn't mean what I said in the first letter, and the third letter was to say, I've sent you 2 letters. It was all meant to be sorted out once and for all on Saturday, but it wasn't. Who was really, really disappointed about that?
Was it everyone?
Yeah.
Peter Bourne. Do you know why?
It was his birthday.
Yes.
He made a speech. Have we got this?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Peter Bone Festival, what do you make of what's going on today?
I'm fed up. It's been a complete waste of time. Nothing's happened, and it spoilt my birthday.
But he's obviously got into party mood by rubbing a balloon on his trousers and holding it above his head.
Whose Saturday ended rather surprisingly, then?
Was it Peter Bone? Did he get home and it was all the lights are off? That's a bit odd. And then suddenly, wait, surprise! And his friends had rearranged it all for him.
Yeah.
No, I'll give you a clue. It was the ERG leader, Steve Baker. What happened to him on his way home?
Did he tread in something?
Did he get knocked on the head and wake up speaking German?
When he was on his way home from the vote, he found an escaped wallaby. Let's have a look.
That really is a wallaby.
I bet he thought he was hallucinating, though, surely.
Yeah.
After the day he'd had. That's genuinely what happened to him on the way home.
Where does he live? New South Wales.
He lives near a zoo. It escaped, and he just spotted it on his way home.
What a pity it wasn't a tiger. Yeah, no, yes.
Robert Peston.
Yes.
He's made some wild predictions over the last few days. What did he predict Boris Johnson would definitely get?
Is it some sort of sexually transmitted thing?
No. Should we have a look?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not saying this with enormous confidence, but actually my bet now is that he does get his breakfast, his Brexit, either on the 31st of October or, frankly, not many days after that.
Yes, there we go. Frustrated pro-Brexiteers have been throwing around some pretty rude names this week, so I've got a game for you.
Yeah.
Cock, dork or buffoon. Are you up for it? I've got a prop
I don't know
as
if the
well.
phrase "Are you up for it?" at the end of that choice is one.
I think they're things that Steve Baker's found on his way home on other nights.
Right, I've got a prop for you.
Dork or buffoon?
Is this a pilot or is this just a round?
Yeah.
This is part of the round.
This is what we're here
Yeah.
for, Ian.
Yeah.
Buckle up.
Yeah. So we've got John Burko,
Yeah.
Dominic Grieve, Oliver Letwin on it. So you've got to guess out of those three names which one they were called by an unnamed Tory source.
Okay.
So
No wonder you're leaving the BBC, I'll tell you that. This is what it's sunk to.
Yeah, it's very Channel 4, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
That would be on about 10 o'clock after
Yeah.
me and my unpleasant diseases.
come on.
We ain't going to swap armpits for a fortnight.
Listen, lads, jealousy will get you nowhere. Right. You ready for the spin?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm busting. Dork.
Can I put in a vote for cock?
You think that John Burko has been called a dork?
Yeah.
No, he hasn't. It's Oliver Letwin. An unnamed Tory source said, Letwin's actions today have only gone to prove what some of us have thought for a long time. He's a complete dork.
I think as put down to go, that's pretty pathetic.
I know it is,
actually.
isn't it? Aye.
Dork, what a dweeb.
Yeah. Right, on to the next one.
Going to stop on Burko. Does that mean that Dork's gone now?
Yeah.
Well, we've got Oliver Letwin again. Dork.
You're just cheating. You're bending the rules. We might as well be in Parliament.
Oh, well.
Let's carry on.
Yeah.
Dominic Grieve.
Buffoon.
No.
Oh.
Oliver Letwin has been called a buffoon. An unnamed Tory source said he's a prize buffoon who's been educated beyond his own intelligence.
Why have they said he's a prized buffoon?
Yeah, he's won awards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a prize marrow.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds like this source is an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not going stronger than that.
So,
Not till I'm on Steph's show. Then I'll just let it all hang out.
you will fit right in, Ian, definitely.
Will Ian be the dork, the cock, or the buffoon?
Boom.
I'm going cock.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's not what I heard.
touche! All right,
This is the best part of the programme we've ever had.
I'm not going to bother spinning the wheel because the last one's cock and it's Oliver Letwin. Should we move on?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
We'll never top this.
Will there be other rounds where we can just shout cock, dork, or buffoon?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
What on earth is going on now? No, just in life, what's going on? What's the latest on what's going on with
Well,
Brexit?
there's going to be an election. The Prime Minister said, can we have an election on December the 12th? A sort of Christmas present for the nation.
Cancel all your nativity plays.
Yeah. We don't know if he's got it yet, because he has to pass a vote. The House of Commons has to decide they want an election, which they might not do, because a lot of them won't be coming back.
Yeah.
So it's voting for a very long Christmas holiday.
Literally turkeys voting for Christmas.
Boris's timetable for discussing the Brexit bill has been rejected. Why?
It wasn't long enough. It was 3 days.
Yeah.
And, I mean, given that Boris hadn't read it either, I mean, they needed a bit more time.
Didn't someone say that they'd spent a longer time choosing their sofa than the 3-day deliberation?
Yeah, Carl Turner, the MP for Hull East, said that he and his wife spent longer choosing a sofa than we have to debate this incredibly important bill.
They might just be very indecisive, though. They might not get on. They might argue about everything, absolutely everything.
They might not have agreed on colour, fabric,
Yeah.
size of sofa. You know.
How long would it take you to decide on a sofa?
Us too.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well,
Well, I wanted that one like the Coco Chanel one with the lips, wouldn't you?
Yes,
But you were
I
all,
know.
oh, it looks a bit funny.
So the deal's been paused. How did Speaker John Burko put it?
Oh, we just kept it very sort of simple, sort of undressy, just a brief summation, really.
He said the deal was now in limbo, to which Jacob Rees-Mogg replied, I think, theologically speaking, Pope Benedict XVI abolished limbo, so I do wonder whether the bill is suffering the pains of those in purgatory.
Cock.
Corbyn met Boris on Wednesday. What did they talk about?
Cock. Sorry.
I wonder if if there's a quota of how often you can say cock on the BBC?
I expect there'll be a letter.
Won't be signed, but...
According to the BBC, they did meet, but there was no meeting of minds. What is the BBC going to do to make the news more interesting? And it's not get rid of me.
Oh, is this something to do with you being able to sort of talk to it through Alexa or something like that?
Yeah, it's so basically, in cooperation with Google and Amazon, they're allowing you to now talk to your smart speaker so you can skip the news you're not interested in. And then you can get more news on things you are interested in.
That'll make for a broad, educated electorate.
But you can play a practical joke on people by saying, Alexa, play David Bowie's Space Oddity. Now, everybody at home watching this will now hear David Bowie's Space Oddity.
I was watching something on my iPad
All
earlier.
you in your stories. Yeah, go on then. Let's hear it.
This is a bit of a salty one.
Is it?
No, I was watching something on the iPad, and in the programme, someone said the word Siri, and then suddenly it shut down, and Siri said, "What can I help with?" The laptop had interrupted itself, essentially.
And then what happened?
It was just one of the signs of the apocalypse.
Oh, fine.
I was actually at the gym when it happened, Steph, so I banged out another 20k on the bike. Yeah. Got some high fives from the lads doing benches. Is that what you do? Do you do benches?
Shut up,
You would-
Miles.
You're exercising in a woodwork shop. What's going on?
I asked the Google Pebble if the government could listen to me through the Google Pebble, and the Google Pebble said yes.
What is a Google Pebble?
A Google Pebble is the same thing as Alexa. You go, "Hey Google," and it goes brrr, like that, and you say, "Play some soft rock," and then it plays soft rock.
Hey Google, can you write me 1,200 words for the Sunday Times or whatever?
Cock.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Breaking news.
Oh,
Election update.
ring a ding.
OK.
My equivalent of a soft pebble. Steve, tell us the news.
OK. We've got an election update for you.
Oh, have we?
Yeah, Labour whips have sent a letter saying Labour will abstain, but Corbyn says he'll make a decision over the weekend.
Is this the fixed Parliament bill attempt to get an election? Yes. So Jeremy's decided that he doesn't know.
Do you think any of this is going to make a difference, or is it just
It won't
going to
even be in the show, so I don't know what... It doesn't make a difference to anybody watching this programme.
So by the time this has gone out and the repeater's gone out, we'll know what Jeremy's decided.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to be on tenterhooks.
That's changed my plans. I was going to buy a sofa this weekend.
This is the news that October the 31st, 2019 will go down in history as Halloween. According to the Times this week, Theresa May has refused to comment on Brexit. I'm not sure anyone's asking you, love. Before the key vote, 21 Tory rebels were love-bombed by Michael Gove. Surely that's a clear breach of the Geneva Convention. Paula Miles, take a look at this.
OK, that's a bird making a bit of noise, as indicated by the meat. Oh, there he is again. And she doesn't like the sound of the bird. She's screaming because she can't stand the bird. It's a bird that makes a lot of noise, as loud as standing within 10 yards of an elephant playing the tuba.
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the news that scientists have discovered the loudest bird in the world.
Yeah.
Before you start, it's not me. The white bellbird that lives in the Amazon.
Yes.
Specifically the male bellbird.
Male bellbird.
Do you want to hear it?
It's got a little sort of metallic ring to it, quite interesting.
It's a mating call, isn't it? Maybe the women of the female birds.
Women birds.
The women, the lady birds are a long way away.
The women bird is very deaf.
She is now.
According to expert wildlife publication The Daily Mail, they helpfully pointed out it holds its mouth open while it makes the sound.
Isn't nature wonderful?
Yeah. Can you name any of the things that scientists have said the call is louder than?
Yeah, an elephant playing the tuba. Jumbo jets, always jumbo jets come into it, don't they?
Pneumatic drills, always.
Yeah. According to the Mail, it's louder than a pneumatic drill,
Yeah.
Yep.
a chainsaw,
Yes.
and live rock music, such as Deep Purple. Did you wear earplugs when you used to go and see them, Ian?
Oh.
He was in Deep Purple for 5 years. He was in the band when they were called Mauve.
When it's attracted to a potential mate, how does the bellbird seal the deal?
Oh, he gives her a deal from the London Assembly to develop technology.
Does it tell Alexa to play some Barry White?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's more of our secret.
Yeah.
Apparently, the male bellbird
Yes.
will twist round halfway through their song to blast the final note directly at the female.
Yeah.
In other news, what's 84-year-old Tony Bowman done this week?
Is he an Extinction Rebellion person because they're all over 75?
No. He's become the fastest 84-year-old in the world.
Did you jump out of a plane?
He was competing in the European Masters and won 3 medals in the 80 to 84 age category.
Oh, good for him.
So here he is in action.
That's pretty good, isn't it, for 84?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's the only one in the competition, like. It's impressive work, that, isn't it?
Yeah, incredible.
Because in his 70s, he suffered 2 heart attacks.
Oh.
So no wonder he's setting fast times, because now, of course, he's got a pacemaker helping him.
The lighter side of heart attacks.
This is the news that a grandfather from Leeds has become the fastest 84-year-old in the world after competing at the European Masters in Italy. After each race, veteran athletes provide a urine sample. They're not asked for it, it just happens. So to round 2, the picture spin quiz. Fingers on buzzers, team.
This is The Feud, isn't it? Prince Harry was on television last Sunday night, and following the lightest of questioning about his life, he admitted to having not great relations with William.
Yeah, because I'd read that and thought, I'm not sure that story's true.
Exactly.
Have they really fallen out? And then the top source appeared to be himself.
Yeah, so this is the news that there's a scandal brewing in the royal family.
Is it Prince Andrew? It wasn't terribly enlightening, the documentary. It was called A Journey to Africa, which got a brief mention, and then it was back to themselves.
He wasn't in charge of the edit, presumably. I mean, it's not like they were saying, do you want to talk about, those people over there? No. I want to talk about trouble at home.
I just think it doesn't help anyone, and all it's done is all the papers have then said, oh, look, they say it's really hard being under scrutiny, so the papers say, oh, how hard is it? Let's give you some more scrutiny.
I think that the media are incredibly respectful of them, actually. They can go to parks and supermarkets.
We bumped into them looking for sofas, didn't we?
Exactly.
Prince Charles has complained that the row has ruined his work.
Work?
Oh, yes, this is the bad, yes.
It's amazing the way people see themselves sometimes.
There were so many royal documentaries on this week.
But there's one about Prince Charles and Duchy original biscuits.
Prince Charles said he was very disappointed that Prince Harry's documentary was undermining his documentary when the real documentary we should have been looking at was the one about Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein.
The biscuit one sounds good. What's that called?
Past the Duchy.
What awkward moment did Meghan have this week?
One of her cards got declined, didn't it, when we got to the...
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't have any cash on her, so in fact, we had to buy it. Yeah, we that as a present.
Happy to help, happy to help.
Some woman tried to sort of bob down in front of her and she went in for a hug and it was incredibly awkward.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Love it. Straight for the tits. I mean,
Andrew and his PR machine have been busy trying to distance him from Jeffrey Epstein, but what evidence has emerged this week that suggests they spoke regularly?
There's 23 different phone numbers.
Yet Epstein had 13 phone numbers on which to contact the Duke. Why would you have that many phones?
He probably doesn't realise you can recharge them. Still last long, it was like £100, that wasn't it?
Also this week, Prince Charles went to Japan to attend the enthronement of Emperor Naruhito. During the ceremony, there were shouts of Banzai, a traditional exclamation which means, may you live for 10,000 years, something which Charles suspects was also shouted at his mother's coronation. In other news this week, what has John Trenchard been doing with his leftover egg boxes?
I went to university with this man.
Did you?
What the fuck has he been doing?
Did you really?
What's he been doing?
Did he used to get through a lot of eggs?
Did he have friends?
Yeah, he was lovely.
All
With
right.
a beautiful singing voice. But now that seems irrelevant.
Right. He's built a miniature stately home based on several of his favourite National Trust properties.
That's fantastic.
Definitely him.
Wait until you see the next one. Look at his face in that. Look at the detail.
Well, none of that's come from egg boxes.
Well, it has,
No,
apparently.
it hasn't. How's he made those lights from an egg box?
Well, he's cut bits out
Battery hens.
and then pasted them. This week it was revealed that John Trenchard had built his own miniature stately home from egg boxes. It's so accurate, he's even made tiny figures of middle-class parents and kids bored shitless. Fingers on buzzers, teams.
This is Donald Trump. There was 2 female astronauts in space, which is a good place for them to be, and I didn't see it, but there was some sort of confusion on his part talking to them.
No, they corrected him. He said, it's really great because there's never been a woman who's walked in space before.
Yeah.
And they pointed out quite politely that there had been. There'd been quite a lot, and actually they were the first 2 women
Yes.
who'd gone into space together. And then he did this.
He did what?
I believe it's called...
Flipping the birdie.
Flipping the bird.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Literally, when I take you on a night out in Borough, you can never say that like that. It's called flipping the bird. Have you ever been to Middlesbrough?
To Middlesbrough, but no, I'd love to come.
Yeah, excellent.
Let's go flipping birds.
Yeah, this is the gift that keeps on gaffing. Donald Trump. First up, he threatened to withhold all funding to space unless an alien could dish some dirt on Joe Biden. Then he did this. Have a look.
This is the first time for a woman outside of the space station.
You don't want to take too much credit because there have been many other female spacewalkers before us. This is just the first time that there have been 2 women outside at the same time.
Wait until they put Luz up there. There'll be loads of us going in pairs.
I read it. I hadn't seen the footage. I'm not entirely convinced.
No, I thought it was a bit mild for him. I mean, he doesn't really hesitate.
Oh, wouldn't you? In other gaff-related news, who else managed to embarrass themselves at a concert in Italy this week?
The Pope. if you've got the words to his hit song.
It's a conductor.
A
Have a look.
conductor. Nearly saw the brass section. Orchestra didn't stop playing, though, did they? Thereby demonstrating that the conductor there is rather useless at this point. because
Unless
they
he
know
was
how it goes.
using his other baton. This is the news that Donald Trump has been accused of giving the middle finger to one of the female astronauts. Trump talked to the female astronauts via a video link. To be honest, that's the safest way for any woman to communicate with him. Also in the news this week, Justin Trudeau has been re-elected as Prime Minister of Canada. Justin Trudeau is now leading a minority government. Still not the first time he's represented a minority. When he was first elected in 2015, Justin Trudeau was seen as an inspirational example of progressive liberalism. Some of that polish has rubbed off, but that was after the photos were taken. Time now for the Missing Words round, which this week features as its guest publication Letterbox Study Group, the newsletter for postbox enthusiasts. And we start with attendances at postbox events are decreasing because what?
A rise in the popularity of dogging.
Attendances at postbox events are decreasing because people can just as easily talk about postboxes in online chat rooms. This is, of course, an article from the Letterboxd study group. The study group is also struggling to attract younger members, mainly because they can't work out how to open an envelope without double-clicking on it. Next, the highlight of the Midlands Postbox Enthusiasts meeting is what?
When the Postbox Collector of the Year is announced and is given the copy of the magnificent Luton Postbox that was visited by Queen Victoria in 1948.
No.
No.
I mean, if Queen Victoria visited in 48, that was one hell of an event. I'd like to have been there.
I know that Queen Victoria wasn't alive in 1948. Yeah. She played in the 1936 Cup final.
Oh, yeah.
As a substitute. Oh, his substitutes didn't come until 1966. Anyway, the highlight of the enthusiast meeting is when everybody turns to each other, drinks a bottle of brandy and says, let's go to the hotel room where we can discuss postboxes in the nude. Is that a first-class meal, or are you just waiting to be franked?
The highlight of the Midlands Postbox Enthusiast meeting is getting to chat to postmen about the postboxes they've dealt with over the years.
Dealt with? You didn't deal with a postbox, just shove things in it.
Oh, that one at Victoria Street, that was hard to deal with. The way it used to jump out at you all the time.
And finally, airport shut down after man steals what?
Runway.
Airport shut down after man steals cardboard cutout of Cliff Richard.
Well, how are the planes meant to land if they haven't got that?
Yeah, the planes were grounded at an airport in Portugal after a man smuggled a cardboard cutout of Cliff Richard onto his flight back home. The man now has a criminal record, mistletoe and wine.
Glad his riff with the BBC seems to be over.
Yeah.
So the final scores are Ian and Camilla on 4, Paul and Miles on 5.
Oh.
And I leave you with news that amid the rumours of a split within the Labour Party, Jeremy Corbyn calls a meeting of his closest supporters. In Kent, it's too close to call the final of this year's Mad Old Bastard competition. And after a night of heavy drinking, Jimmy the Rabbit asks, oh God, can you see him too? Good night.
Joining these three next are Greg James, Claire Balding, Victoria Corrie-Mitchell and Asim Chowdhury in New Would I Lie to You? Well, they'll see you in court on BBC iPlayer, the novice legal eagles defending the guilty. All episodes streaming now.